Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7L today. Got some more Guild Wars for you guys. Now, of course, before we begin, the joke of the day from Icarus. My friend said, "Wow, your wife and daughter look like they're sisters." And I said, "Well, they were separated at birth." It takes a little bit to actually understand what's going on here, but I'll let you think about it. All right, I'll leave you with that. It's a pretty good one. It's clever. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the first match over here. So we're gonna be going up against the bottom tower, and this one is quite interesting because we got a Senya, Karina, C. Lilia's team for the top. It's a lot of splash damage, right? Rocket Punch and Spear of a New Dawn, along with the dual attacks from C. Lilia's. Gonna be pretty solid. Vigor buff also gives defense for the Karina and the attack buff for the Senya. It's gonna help out quite a bit. Into this team, I'm gonna be bringing my newly built Crimson Armin. That's right. This is what she looks like. She's on protection set, HP set, and she is chunky, right? She's on Aureus right here. A little bit of resist to boot. No immunity. No need for it, honestly. And she's currently on a defense self imprint. Don't need the effect res for this fight here, but if I do need it in certain matchups, then I will be switching to that in RTA. We got Bunny Dom as well. So Bunny Dom here on Doctor's Bag. She's on a pretty standard build, actually, 260 speed. Not much effect res, but I am on immunity. The immunity set's going to help out quite a bit against units in RTA mostly, but for this matchup here, C. Lilius is going to give the whole team immunity through Bunny Dom's passive. Now, next up, we do have Arunka, and Arunka is going to be the main damage dealer here. Little Queen's Huge Crown, she is on this EE that gives combat readiness when she kills on S3, or when she uses her S3, which will give her additional combat readiness to what she already has. So she'll be taking turns, and it'll be quite nice. The barriers come from Karina, they come from Senya, they come from C. Lilia, so she is a prime candidate for the DPS slot. For the bottom team here, we're going up against Arwell, Aiden, and Navy Captain Landy, so might as well bring in my own Arwell here. Actually re-geared her too. She should be 30k HP if I just put her on her own imprint concentration here, which is pretty good. I think I'll keep her on her imprint concentration, actually. Yeah, we'll keep her on her imprint concentration. I don't want to give Shaltir too much HP here, but yeah, she is actually on Bastion of Perlucia, which will give the back row immunity and a barrier, and a very chunky barrier at that, taking 27.5% of her base health, right? So 30k HP, taking 27% of that is pretty solid. We're also going to come in with Shadow Knight Pilus here. She's going to be on the Rocket Punch Gauntlet artifact. She's on counter and immunity. She'll be pretty good with dealing with this Landy, at least defense breaking her, stripping her of buffs and stuff. And we're going to use Shaltir as our main damage dealer. So Shaltir, as you guys know, with her S3, she can actually gain 100% hit chance, which is great. You can actually attack ice units with this, which is pretty good. You can also guarantee hits against evasion units, which is amazing. So we're going to be using her. She has a Tempest Serum passive here, so she can't suffer more than 51% of her max health as damage. This includes barriers, by the way, so that's why I am using Arwell here. Granting that barrier to us is going to be quite nice. Pilus's S2 also grants a little bit of a barrier, so it will be pretty good for extending the duration of that buff. So yeah, if you didn't know, by the way, if you have a really strong barrier and it's about to expire and you use someone's skill that puts a barrier up, it doesn't have to be the same strength of barrier as the original. So as long as it's a barrier buff, it'll extend the buff duration, you'll keep the barrier strength, whatever is left of it. Alright, let's go ahead and S3 here. We should be able to hit the... I mean, the Senya has a defense buff, though. We might not kill with that defense buff there, but might as well go for it. I think we should be able to get it. Coming out, Arunka. Oh, not quite! Uh-oh, now our S3 is going to be on cooldown. This is not good. This is not good. Alright, it's okay, because we do have a skill null for the team, and Crimson Army can come in and give invincibility if need be. So Crimson Army taking a pretty big hit from the Karina there, but again, our HP pool is so massive, we're hardly taking any damage overall. Let's go ahead and hit the Arunka there. Sorry, hit the Senya with the Arunka here. Might as well go for an invincibility, mostly to protect the Arunka in the back line. There we go. And Sea Armin's honestly just gonna be sitting here pretty chill. Let's hit that Senya, finish her off. Bunny Dom is gonna be the taking the brunt of the hits here. Alright, hopefully she doesn't go down, actually. This is really bad. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, that's pretty good. Let us go for a sleep on the Sea Lilius. Again, this is the main thing that I'm scared of, right? Is the fact that whoever's left with the Sea Lilius is just going to keep dual attacking with her, and it is going to hurt. So let's go ahead and S3. What did the music box put on her? Ooh, the healing buff. That's not good. Let's go ahead and... Karina doesn't have her S3. She has one turn left. Let's go ahead and provoke the Sea Lilius. There we go. Arunka has one more turn until she gets her S3 up, which is kind of nice. No provoke there, unfortunately. It's all good. Bunny Dom is going to be surviving. Very good. Alright, she will be attacking into Crimson Armin. Let's see if we can sleep her. Probably not. Yeah, she's built with resist. So there we go. Sea Lilius is going to pop off again. This is great because this gives me a skill null once more. Now, Sea Lilius will be dual attacking here, probably into the Bunny Dom. Oh no, actually, she has her... Wow, she cycled out of her S2. Fantastic. So, Vigor buffed Karina. She has a barrier here. Let's see if Arunka can actually kill this time around. I think that defense buff on that Senya... Yeah, see? That defense buff on that Senya was just a little too much back there. But we should get this now. She's asleep, she's provoked, she's not going to be taking a turn. Still has a barrier, might as well just go for an S3 here. We don't have an attack buff, but should get the job done. Oh yeah, there you go guys. Arunka putting in the work. Unfortunately, the music box did interfere and made it a little less smooth than it should be. It's alright though. So Shaltier starts the fight here with an attack buff as long as she starts a turn above 50% or above 60% health, I think it was, something like that. She will give herself an attack buff. So let's go ahead and S3 into the Aiden. When she has higher attack than her opponent, she will full buff strip them. And so we don't care about the anti-crit here. So Aiden Landy combos like this are really common in RTA. In fact, Arwell is also drafted with them. So this is a really close representation of what you could actually be fighting with Shaltier in RTA, right? Now the unfortunate thing is Shaltier doesn't guarantee crits, so we will be a little bit hindered by that. That's why I did bring in the Pylus here. Alright, so there we go. Replenish the barrier, which is quite nice. Let me go ahead and try to provoke this Landy. There we go. Good. Rocket Punch putting in some work as well. So for Shaltier, we're going to attack Landy. Nice. Actually got that. Pretty good. Little counter-attack action there. Rocket Punch proccing. Okay, and Pylus also reduces the damage taken from things like Landy's salvos and stuff, which is quite nice. So again, look at this. Shaltier has one turn left on the barrier, right? But what I can do with Pylus is I can go for an S3. Now watch this. Pylus' S3 does cleanse a debuff from my team, but it also gives my team a 2-turn barrier. And look at that, 2-turn barrier, keeping the same strength of the original barrier that we had from the Bastion. So this is a really good strategy to use, by the way, if you're unaware of it. Ooh, actually, let's go ahead and Soul Burn. This should kill Landy if we crit. There you go, very nice. We got really lucky with that, honestly. Probably shouldn't have been critting all this much, but let's go for it. So now our barrier is going to expire. That 1 turn is left. Let's just go for the S3 here. See how much damage we end up doing. I could go for the S1s and just, you know, stack up injury. But let's go for the nuke. 14k damage on Arwell, not too shabby. Should be able to finish this off with Pylus' Rocket Punch because we do have a defense buff, and there you go. Almost 6k damage there, that's impressive. But yeah, Shaltier making quick work of teams like this. You do have to be careful though. If Landy salvos too much or counters too much, she could potentially kill your Shaltier. She doesn't get immortality after all. So let's go ahead and take a look at the second tower here. Gonna be going up against Marms, and they have a very similar team to the one we just fought. Now, of course, I don't know the speed tuning to the units in this team, but it's the same units. Arwell, Navy Captain Landy, and Aiden. Into this team, we're gonna be bringing Zeo. Now, Zeo's mostly here because he's a mage and he can hold book. He can also go ahead and strip the escort buff from the Arwell, which is kind of nice if I S3 into her, which I might actually do. We're gonna bring in Judge Key Kisei as well. Now the reason I'm bringing her is because she has the uncounterable debuff. Then we can try to land on the Landy. We're on Circus Fantasia for some extra effectiveness, so hopefully that'll help. Now, she is 250 speed, but Shaltir is a little bit faster here, 253. I'm hoping we don't get speed RNG'd. If we do, we might just straight up die, but I'm hoping Shaltir doesn't get speed RNG'd here. It's a little bit of a gamble, it's a little bit of luck, but hopefully it works out for us. Shaltir here mainly just needs to kill the Aiden like she did in the previous round, and if we can get the uncounterable buff on this Landy, then we should be good as well. Technically, what I could do is just go to Judge Kisei here. I might actually do this. Let's go ahead and just give her a attack percent boot. This way we can actually make sure that she doesn't die. Oh my god, I have like no good attack percent boots. Let's just use this. This will be okay. This is terrible. Circus Fantasia gives an extra crit chance. We're overcapped right now, but it's fine. I think this is for the best. I don't wanna risk the RNG here, guys. All right, for the bottom team here, we have Karina, Lionheart, and Bunny Dom. So I'm gonna bring in this team. It's a pretty solid team, honestly. Bunny Dom will go first, most likely. She's the fastest unit on this team because I slowed down my Briar Witch. Actually put her on an attack boot here, so she's below 200 speed, which is great. Everyone's gonna be stealth because Briar Witch has Guiding Light. Spectre Tenebria has her passive, and so the only unit that is available to get hit is gonna be the BBK. Now BBK is gonna take all the damage. She's gonna be immortal, so nothing's really gonna happen to her here, which is good, and then she can come in with a big S3 afterwards. But we're gonna use Spectre Souls to Soulburn the Briar Witch, defense break everybody before that happens, and then it should be game over from there. So let's check it out and see if it works. If you're going up against slow, bulky defensive teams like that, this is the way to go for sure. Alright, let's go ahead and hit the Arwell. Let's try to strip the buffs that are on them. As you can see, there's a barrier, this anti-crit, it's pretty annoying, and we didn't get rid of the escort buff, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and S3 into the Aiden. Again, you get rid of the anti-crit, you get rid of any barriers and stuff, which actually helps a lot in terms of guaranteeing the kill. There you go, 14k damage, not too shabby. And of course, even though we slowed down the Judge Kisei, she is still going to be considerably faster than most Navy Captain Landys out there, unless someone's building like a 250 speed Landy, which doesn't really ever happen. But there you go, look at that, uncounterable debuff going on here. And all we gotta do is go for the reset. We don't hit the reset, so we're probably gonna get hit by this Arwell. Landy is still going to salvo. That's okay. Let's go ahead and kill the Arwell here. Hopefully we... Oh, okay, this should kill, right? Even if we don't crit there, it should kill. There we go. Now Shaltir gets to go. Defense broken Landy. I hope we don't crit here, just so I can see how much damage we do. There you go. 14k damage on a Soulburn to a defense break with the attack buff. It's not too bad, right? Shaltir's main thing is that she is a pretty versatile unit. She doesn't excel too much in one area, but I feel like she is pretty versatile and you can bring her into most fights and she'll do okay. Let's see what happens here though. Bunny Diamond went, right? Okay, yeah. So everyone goes, look at this, everyone's safe on my team. Just go ahead and Soulburn this. It also puts a unbuffable on the Karina, so she can't give a defense break to herself or a barrier to anybody. This ignores res, so, ooh, actually, only the Lionheart got defense broken there. That actually kind of sucks. That's not good. Alright, we're gonna hit the Karina, try to soften her up a little bit before my BBK comes in. So if we get a kill here, which we should, onto this Lionheart, there you go, then we take another turn. Karina pops off, but it's fine, and we can just finish her off with an S1, and there you have it. Pretty clean. I know we were really aggressive in the second round, but just thought I'd show a different context for Shaltir. Maybe you're trying to use her in a more aggro team or a more cleave-oriented setup. Alright, so now the time has come to finish off the last tower that's remaining, and this one also contains a pretty slow team. We got Pylus, Karina, and Lionheart Sirmia. So into this, I'm actually going to play a little bit more aggressively. Now that's not an opener closer Charles. He is actually a closer. He'll bring up the rear here. So we got Straze, who's probably going to be going first, because Watcher Shuri's 10 speed imprint. I don't imagine anything my opponent being faster than 260 speed. Closer Charles will then come after whenever the Straze kills something. So Closer Charles would cut, and Watcher Shuri actually gets to push up the team as well because he is on Sashay. So Closer will get to take the turn. He'll push up, give the Watcher Shuri an attack buff. Here's my Watcher Shuri stats as well. He's on Speed Torrent set, and he's on Sashay. So he'll be here to clean up, and he'll probably just finish off whoever's remaining. I'm assuming it's probably going to be Karina. But we'll see, right? None of my units really have an extra attack or a dual attack, so even if Lionheart survives, we're not going to pay her any attention. For the bottom team here, we have Arwell, ML Landy, and Ocean Breeze Luluka. So into this team, we're actually going to bring in ML Politis. We're going to test this out, see how it works. Politis is going to be on Unseen Observer, going to give me some souls. She's 297 speed, pretty fast. Now, ML Politis is going to be preventing Landy from getting her fighting spirit up too quickly, which is nice. It'll stall for us a little bit, and it prevents Ocean Breeze Luluka from getting her extra attack right off the bat with her S3 after my Politis S3s as well. So next up we have Rylet. I'm going to bring in Rylet as my damage dealer here against the Navy Captain Landy. He's also a dark unit, so he'll be taking the brunt of the hits from the 2 light units here. Now, we'll see how he does, but Shaltir is going to go before him, of course, because of her speed. We're going to try to go into the Navy Captain Landy here and see if we can actually kill her. Increased hit chance doesn't affect the anti-crit that's on the Landy, but what it does do is it allows me to... her S3 allows me to strip the buffs that are on her, the defense buff and stuff from the Luluka, so hopefully hopefully we can come in and finish him off with my Rylet. Anyway, Closer Charles coming in here, gonna push up the Watcher Shuri a little bit more. There we go. Now, here's the cool thing about Watcher. His S3 penetrates the target's defense, so I don't care that this Karina actually has a defense buff. We have an attack buff here. Let's just go for it. Hopefully this kills. Oh yeah, there you go. 20. I mean, how can you beat a Torrent Watcher Shuri like that, right? You just can't. You can't. So, Sirmia can only S1, no ability to S3. Closer Charles can't proc a dual attack either with his S1 here. So there you go, look at that. Able to finish off this Sirmia pretty easily here. And there you go. Pretty clean, right? I love it. Watcher Shuri is a unit that I need to use more because he is absolutely amazing. Alright, so Ocean Breeze Luluka gonna be going after my Politis, and that's fine. He gets the defense buff, but the cool thing about Shaltir, again, is that she can strip, right? She can strip before she attacks, so we'll actually get rid of all this immunity and everything else on my opponent here. So we'll go for this. S3 into the Landy, strip everything, full buff strip, ignores res, which is insane. See if we crit. No crit, so only 4k damage. Ooh, actually, that's... Oh, uh-oh. Hang on. Shaltir. Shaltir. And here I thought we were going to have a successful debut where we last until the end, but nope. Seems like Rylet is the only one that is going to be left here. So, I mean, Politis is here too, so it's fine. We'll be able to still win. There's no way that my opponent can win this with Landy down. Rylet's a pretty decent matchup until Landy usually. Did we just get hit by the Arwell? We legitimately just got stuck. Oh my god, we're about to lose. This is terrible. Wait. This is not good. Not good at all. Alright, there we go. Now we're evading. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. Okay, we can't dual attack anymore here. We can hit the escort buff. Let's just go for the Soulburn S1. So rest in peace Shaltir. Unfortunately, we couldn't find any kind of HP scaling units in these defense teams. It's really uncommon to find them, honestly. So I couldn't show you how her injury would stack up in the long term. A lot of Guild War fights are determined pretty quickly. So here we are. There we go. Arwell does fall, and Rylet should pretty much have this now. Let's just go for this with the Luluka. It's fine if she gets to use her extra attack here. Go for the S3, get that rage buff going, so we have increased damage. Hope that Ocean Breeze Luluka just misses here, and then it's pretty much over. But yeah, Shaltir, in the end, we ended up just using her to strip buffs in this one, but she ignores res and does a full buff strip. I think it's still pretty useful, right? Again, jack of all trades, master of none. But let me know what you guys think of Shaltir in the comments section down below. Rylet is going to be finishing off the Ocean Breeze Luluka here. There you go. I will catch you all in the next one, guys. Take care.